Valerie on the Ken Coleman Show.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, Ken. I'm very grateful.
You're welcome.
I've been struggling, terribly struggling. Don't want to get too emotional. Brief synopsis. I had a horrific accident 4 years ago, traumatic brain injury, stage 4 concussion.
Oh, my gosh.
7 broken ribs, collapsed perforated lung, had to learn to walk again.
Wow.
When I came home, I was in the ICU, and I was actually in the Netherlands when this happened, so I was there for almost a month. When I came home, I was faced with all the medical bills because I didn't know insurance didn't pay for all that when you're out of the country. Long story short, I lost my job. I lost all my savings, everything.
Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry.
Thank you. 58 years old, trying to recover from this. And 4 years later, I, have been able to get side hustle jobs like, driving for Uber or something of that nature. I did land a job at a big box. I'm making $16 an hour. 25 years of project management experience. Have interviewed for some jobs in construction, by the way, and land development and real estate. And I'm desperate. I've lost everything, and I'm of course, living paycheck to paycheck in debt up to my eyeballs, $16 an hour, going from 6 figures. And I just don't know where to turn. So I don't know why I'm being passed over when I'm interviewed. So that's one question is, about being passed over.
Yeah.
And then just how do I get back to using my 25 years of experience to make the 6 figures again? I just don't even know where to start.
Yeah. Well, I think you're facing what is very, very normal in a situation like this is a tremendous amount of confusion because of what happened to you. The debt is just weighing on you so heavily. And I think you're a little bit discouraged, and I would be as well. And so I want to just point that out, that that's natural and that's okay. At the surface of what I'm hearing, you've got a lot of project management experience. You live in a very, very good job economy as it relates to a metropolitan area. And then just you look at the massive area of Atlanta. And I think project management for you, the skills and experience that you have, shouldn't limit you to just the construction industry. So 2 quick pieces of advice pop up to me. One, we need to expand our horizons as to where we're looking for project management jobs, first and foremost. Secondly, we really need to do our best to work harder on our connections to these jobs than just filling out the resume and getting to the point of interview, because you're being passed over not because of anything you've done wrong. It's just, and again, without me knowing anything, whoever's deciding believes there's a better candidate. So we need to start to stack the odds in our favor. And the way we do that is we want to win jobs before they even go to everybody else, is what you need to start to do. And what I mean by that is your circle of connections should be where you are looking for opportunities, where we find them and we seize them because you are so highly recommended or you're almost ushered into the position. I think that's what your strategy ought to be right now. So I want to stop for a second and make sure you understand what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I've done networking. I've been to several events, both, and yes, I've reached out to others as well, in my circle of friends to see if they know of anything available. But yes, sir, I do completely understand. I've been going to networking events.
I think networking events are fine, but I to me, that's a secondary strategy. Your primary strategy is I'm looking
circle
for
of friends.
Yes, and acquaintances, and you've got to have the same urgency by which you called me today. You got to go to your friends and family and go, look, I'm discouraged right now. That's what acquaintances, true friends, people that you could be really go, listen, I'm discouraged. Now, if I look at my body of work and I were to write out a 1-page job description of everything a project manager can do, by the way, you should do that. You should take some inventory. If I had time with you and if I was sitting with you today for an hour and I was coaching you in a private session, the first thing we would do right now, and this is your homework assignment, is I would quiz you until I had half to full page of skills that would be hard skills and soft skills. Those are people skills. And then another list of experiences and all the different types of work you've done in your 25 years. And that's your homework assignment. Because why I would do that is because now we've got to expand our opportunity field. And when someone's discouraged, one of the best things that you can do is create some optimism through clarity. And when you begin to go, wait a second, on paper, there's probably 1,000 jobs that are open in the Atlanta area right now that I'm qualified for. On paper, meaning what they've got in the job description, I've got the skills plus the experience to do. Now, is the title project management? Is it in construction? No, not all of them. But for you to see how broad your opportunity is, to be clear on that, will then give you the confidence that you need to step back out and keep going. And that is the most important thing you can do right now. And to the extent that you've got a really good friend or a spouse or someone who will sit with you and go through that exercise, and then you begin to look at the job landscape in the greater Atlanta area, and you start to go, wait a second, I've been in project management, but a good project manager could be a great office manager. A good project manager could be a trainer. A good project manager could be, and we go down the list, down the list, down the list, down the list, down the list. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, that's an amazing and great idea. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
You just need a jolt of confidence, my dear friend. And you're not too
Right.
old.
I do.
I know. I'm so sorry. I wish I could reach through the phone and hug you right now.
I need that.
I
Thank
know.
you.
I'm trying. I'm trying to give you a hug. And here's what I want you to hear. I gave you some practical stuff. And I think you're going to see opportunities. And I'm going to give you everything I've got. All right. I'm going to give you my assessment, the Get Clear assessment. I'm going to give you From Paycheck to Purpose, my #1 best-selling book. I'm going to give you the Proximity Principle, my #1 best-selling book. Okay. And here's,
thank you.
I want you, listen, just get yourself in there and you just hear my voice. If you want the audio books, I'll give you the audio. If you want the ebooks, I'll give you the ebook. If you want the written, the physical book, I'll give it to you. But here's what I want you to picture. That I'm cheering you on the whole way. And that I gave you just one simple idea that you go, you know what? That's what I needed. And let me tell you something. The job economy right now is hot. And what you're dealing with is you have been through unbelievable physical, emotional, and mental stress due to that accident that rocked your world financially. It rocked your world professionally, physically. I mean, it's just, but you're still here. And you've managed to stay above the water. And I'm going to also give you, I want to put her into Financial Peace University for free, my gift. I want you to get in a class in the Atlanta area, find a way. Also, I'm also going to give you a free session with one of our financial coaches because I want I want one of our financial coaches to get your nose above water right now. Like we got to gig it and we're going to work hard and Uber and do whatever we can. Go get a $20 hour job until we find this project management job. But I want one of our financial coaches to walk you through that as well. But listen to me, Valerie, you can get there. You have survived so much. The best is actually yet to be. You've been through the worst. I'm proud of you, Valerie. You got this.